Just Click the Button is a game where you literally just need to click the button. Well, at first anyways. As you click away, you will level up and gain upgrades to make the game more or less chaotic depending on the upgrades you choose. Today, I'm going to play 100% of Just Click the Button. To achieve that, I need to complete 4 different endings, find every upgrade and destroy dozens of enemy buttons. My finger is definitely going to hurt after this one. Just click the button. I would assume that's what I need to do here. So let's click. And we got a 1 point. Great. Now I need to do this 20 times. Okay, that was fast. And now we get to choose an ability. Crit clicks, more points, idle button clicks. I mean, more points seems best for now because it just doubles what I get for pressing the button. So these first levels go by pretty quickly. Maybe I could get even more points? Sure, let's go with most amount of points. What is this? Crossbow, rare ability. Controlled gun. Every 4 button clicks shoot a bolt in the aimed direction. Okay. Sniper button starts spawning. Sniper shoot bullets dealing range damage. What damage? To me? Or to what? Let's get the crossbow. Be aware, the button can now die. No, not the button! Why can the button now die? You chose a gun ability for the first time. This means the button gets a health bar and enemies start attacking. Sure, let's go. Well, a good thing is that I don't actually need to click on the button. I can just click anywhere. Defense plus. Stabby spikes. Let's go with the stabby spikes and take down this sniper thing. Oh yeah, I was just waiting for someone to spawn. I could have just clicked while I waited. Well, now I know. Let's get more points. Start clicking. There's an enemy spawn. Well, we gotta level up. Crossbow improvement or critical clicks. Sure, let's get a critical clicks. Maybe if we hit some of those crits, then we get a lot of points, hopefully. Spinning knives is an uncommon ability. Every 8 button clicks will spawn a knife that rotates around the button. The knife will be removed once it hits an enemy. Sure, let's get a knife. There will be an enemy spawn. Take it out, take it down. Good. And next, more points. Spammed my way through the level. And even more points. Yes. And even more points. I'm already starting to feel my wrist getting tired of clicking. Let's get a better crits. And start clicking again. This is so many clicks. So many clickings. Big heart. Uncommon. Every 55 button clicks spawn a heart in a random position. Shoot it or touch it to consume the heart. And that will heal my button. Sure, let's get that. Might be useful. Maybe. Do we get better crits or idle button clicks? Let's get some of idle button clicks going. There is a heart, but I don't really need it at this point. So do I just leave it there to hang out? More points. Well, that gives me +9, so that's a big increase, and I want that. I want more points. I want all the points. Pistol! Huge. The pistol shoots a bullet every 3 button clicks in the aimed direction. Sure. Now we can deal faster with these enemies. Oh, there's some new type of enemy. And a broken UC. The UC shoots a bullet in a random direction every 5 button clicks. Sure, let's get all the guns. Well, now I need to be aware of these enemies that come towards me. The first enemies just hang around somewhere, but these will actually come towards me. Tiny spikes. A bunch of small spikes will surround the button, dealing damage to enemies that come in contact with the button. Sure, let's get that going as well. No, that thing shot me. Well, thankfully I'm full health still. But now I'm starting to actually lose health. How did this happen? There would be a shield. 2 small shields will rotate around the button, blocking enemy bullets. Okay. But I want more points. I will take all the points. Well, now we are taking some hits, actually. But we are still, like, regenerating. More idle button clicks. I have to take down these guys that shoot me. So they will deal damage to me. But also the ones that come near me will do damage to me. What? What should I do? Okay, now we got some rare ones. Teacher's Magic Book. Upgrade 3 random abilities. Sure, let's take that. That's 3 upgrades. Student's Magic Book. Upgrade 2 random abilities. Yeah, well, I'm gonna take that next. Now we still keep going, trying to kill some of these dudes. There is a rare bouncy shield. Button gets 1 out of 4 of the shield. Enemy bullets will bounce back at the enemies if the shield is hit. Sure, let's try that. Maybe that's good. Don't know. I can actually see the shields there rotating around me. But now there's some legendary Arrow Storm. Every 50 button clicks will shoot a huge quantity of arrows around the button. I will of course take the legendary. There's no question about it. Of course, anything that's bright colored. Well, what is that? Skull Harvest, mythic ability. My mind is blown. The button will consume the skull of every enemy defeated. Each skull consumed gives a really small upgrade to a random ability. What? Well, that seems pretty good. Let's take that. If we get constantly some small upgrades to something, isn't that good? I would think so and hope so. What don't we have? Boxing Glove would be a new. Every 11 button clicks will punch, maybe a bunch, a close enemy with a boxing glove, knocking them away from the button. Sure, let's see the boxing glove in action. Well, I can hear it, but well, there I actually saw it. It is pushing the enemies away. I can upgrade the Skull Harvest. Sure, now I'm like down to 70 health. I need more health. And I also need to take down these guys. More idle button idle. What? I don't even know what I was about to say. More idle button presses. Big heart. That would take down the needed button clicks and improve the healing. Or I could upgrade my pistol. But this is green. I want that. Another mythic ability. Weird Egg. Choose one ability that you have acquired so far. This ability will be upgraded every single time you level up. What? That seems crazy. Well, what do I want to get every single time I level up? More points, I guess? Yes? Because now I get more points every time I level up. Is it that good? That should be good. Because it's taking a little while to level up now. I need so many points. Shotgun, that's rare. But this also has a negative sharpshooter buttons start spawning. Let's take the shotgun anyway. What are the sharpshooter buttons? Have I seen those before? I don't know. Are they these bigger ones? Probably. Saw blade, rare. Absolutely taking the saw blade. It was blue and the other ones were grey. That's a good mentality to choose the upgrades. The better the color, the better the upgrade. And here, green one. I mean, I don't know. Maybe that doesn't make any sense, but maybe it does. Okay, this time I'm going to go with the grey one. I want more idle button presses. My health is getting pretty low. That's not good. That's not good. Better pistol or more defense. More defense. That has more life regeneration. No, my health is so low. So low. How do I survive this? I'm going to die. I'm going to die. Well, not yet, but soon. Soon. I am going to die. I can feel it. 10 health. Somehow I'm still surviving. No. No, 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 no. And I died. So, I started a new run. I don't really know what the strat here is and what would be the best thing to do. Would it be best to just avoid these guns for as long as possible? Like, when does the enemy spawn if I don't take any guns? Dice roll. Let's get a dice roll and a teacher's magic book. I mean, will the enemies just start spawning at some point regardless of my weapons? I don't know. I hope not. If I can survive without having to deal with enemies, isn't that good? Okay, I'm almost at level 20 and haven't taken any of those that would spawn the enemies. There are still no enemies in sight. Let's kind of hope that it stays that way. Oh, that's a legendary. Wizard's Magic Book. Upgrade 5 random abilities. Well, sure thing. I mean, I would guess that at some point you will get upgrades that are like all of these are guns. And that would like force you to get enemies as well. But because I have these rerolls here, maybe I can evade that. Maybe. I don't know. Let's try. Let's try to evade the enemies as long as possible. That's a level 38 and still evading enemies. Okay, what is that? Double tap. Every single button click acts as 2 clicks. Does not affect idle clicks. Well, that's fantastic. And oh yeah, I'm going on a level 65, still without any guns. And still managing. I don't yet know if there are any enemies to spawn at any point. Hopefully not, because I don't have anything to protect me with. But maybe this is some sort of pacifist run that I'm doing, not choosing any weapons. Let's see if anything happens at the level 100. Oh, level 75 reached. Now choose between one of the 4 endings or continue your current run. If you choose to continue your current run, you can play for as long as you like and build as much stronger button. The option to attempt any of the 4 endings will then be inside settings and you can attempt an ending at any time. If you beat the game or die, a new run begins. The option to continue your current run is located top right. Okay. You cannot play any ending without having chosen a gun ability. So yeah, I cannot fight any of the bosses apparently without guns. So continue run. For how long can I keep doing this? Another weird egg. Let's get that. What do I want to get better? Maybe the idle clicks? Sure. So apparently I can just keep building my button for as long as I like, and at any point I can choose to try to beat the bosses or one of the bosses. Well, let's continue this for a little bit and figure out something. We have quite a lot of rerolls, so maybe with those we could get some good weapons going. Don't know. That is a legendary MP4. I'm thinking, should I try to just get some of these legendary guns? I mean, sure. These are quite hefty enemies that spawn here. Arena plus bullet bounce. Creates an arena all round bullets now bounce. Oh, well that's good. I can just bounce my bullets around. I could upgrade my gun. Let's do that. Well, still these enemies are not causing any problems. I want more defense, however. So I'm not so easy to die. Let's try some of these rerolls. If we get something great, well, better dice rolls. Maybe not this time. I want something so good. What's rocket? A rocket will spawn on the button. Move the rocket around the button using A and D. What does rocket do? Well, let's see. Okay, so I guess I can move the button with the rocket. Why would I want to do that? Saw blade. Yeah, I will take those and then move around so I don't get hit. Maybe, hopefully. I want something good. Arrow storm. Well, that's pretty good. Button ritual. Okay, let's take that. Oh, there's the ritual. I need to get there fast, but before some good upgrades. Point drop. Enemies will now drop points when defeated. Points are worth 200% of the button clicks. Okay, let's get some point drops, I guess. I missed the area thing. Cannon. That's another legendary gun. Auto-controlled gun. But that will also spawn Titan bullets. Titan what? Titan buttons. Which are the enemies. Maybe I should try that anyway. Well, the Titan is quite big boy. Don't really know what I think about him. At least it doesn't really shoot me, I think. But I can already see myself losing health. And that's not good. I will take the heart, so maybe I can heal a little bit somewhere, somehow. And oh yeah, I should actually move around. Oh, I hit the big guy. I'm just getting bad upgrades. What is this? Why? Well, better gun, I guess. Oh no, oh, okay. I just died. Well, that was bad. Okay, so pacifist run didn't really work either. So what's this run gonna be? What am I going to build this run? Try take the broken UC, maybe. Let's try that. And then the arena. So the bullets actually bounce here. Make the gun better. There is an enemy on me. Well, now it's dead. Good. Some spinning knives around myself. What is a booster? A booster button will move around the button. Hold down left control to charge the booster. Don't see that being useful, but I don't know. Maybe a boxing glove. Triple deagle. The deagle shoots 3 bullets every 3 button clicks. The deagle targets the closest enemy. Sniper buttons. The deagle sounds pretty interesting. Maybe I'll try that. It has quite a lot of spread actually, but I don't know if that can be improved. But it seems pretty decent, at least at this point. Maybe my problem on the first run was that I chose way too many guns and thus chose way too many enemies. Maybe the less is actually better. More choices. You can now choose between 4 abilities every time you level up. Well, that seems pretty good. More options. These levels are starting to get pretty long. Maybe because my points are somewhat low. I don't know if Student's Magic Book is gonna help with that. Well, it didn't. Yeah, these levels actually take pretty long now. Unlike on the pacifist run when I was flying through the levels. Okay, now I can choose more points upgrade. Points per click 73. And I will get an increase of plus 131. Maybe now the levels are a little faster. For a while at least. Yeah, they definitely are. That's good. Invincibility. You can now turn invincible every 135 button clicks and adds 1 second to your invincibility. Oh, might be good. Might be not good. I'm gonna... However... Take that. Sure. And I accidentally took a crossbow at one point. Which of course means that there's more enemies to spawn. But I mean, the enemies that spawn because of the crossbow, I don't think they are that bad. Stopwatch. Mythic ability. Time will stop every 160 button clicks for 3.5 seconds. When time is stopped, you can still fire your guns and regen health. Seems pretty good to me. Absolutely. And now we are already nearing that level 75. I have done some upgrades. Quite a lot of upgrades to my health, which is now 275, which I could upgrade to 300 or take the dice roll. I don't know if there are that many upgrades left if I take the boss fight. So let's take a little more health, sure, and try to take down these enemies. Oh, the time stopped. So every enemy stops as well as my bullets stop. Interesting. We can make it better here. Sure. On to a level 73. Soon there is the boss. I don't know what to expect from the boss. I have no idea. Let's make the triple deagle better. It should be pretty good already, because I also have that strange egg thing, which is upgrading the deagle. So 75. What are these? Big old boss fight. Horde of enemies. Angry champions. Danger button. And with this, all abilities acquired will be removed. You will keep your HP and regen. Okay, so what do I wanna try? Maybe the ending one? Big old boss fight. Fight a big boss fight. You will fight in a specialized arena. Melee abilities are useless. Well, I had some melee abilities, but not that many, so I more so had just guns. Let's try that. You do not have any movement abilities. You will be given the Talaria. Control the button using Bust. Okay, let's see. Now I can just spam the button. Die! Oh, it actually shoots back. Don't shoot back. No. That's not nice. You weren't meant to shoot back. Spam. I mean, the boss is pretty low. just have to dodge these some random bullets. And now spam! Die! My health is getting low. Don't like this. Yes! Pause time and spam! Boss is down! Yes! Ooh, that was a fight and a one. Victory! Completed ending 1. Boss. Time finished. 23 minutes. Finished at level 75. Huge. Okay, so that was the ending 1. Let's just go ahead and start a new run. Begin clicking. I don't really know what I should upgrade on this run. What was the second boss? I remember that one of them was some sort of horde. So should we aim for that? Trying to beat the horde of incoming enemies. Maybe? Let's try to do that. But yeah, what do I actually need for that? What kind of guns would be good? Maybe I go with the UC and try to go with some sort of melee enemies anyway. Also, I could try this AWP. Let's just try that. It will spawn sharpshooter enemies, but maybe they are not that bad. When one just dealt damage to me right away. Not great, but yeah, of course taking the arena, so the bullets at least stay inside this. Yeah, so far this is going pretty good, what I've now built. I've tried to go for a little bit of melee damage defense. Sort of like if enemies come in the melee range, they would take damage, as well as improving my broken UC and the AWP. Also picking some extra defense, as well as this big heart upgrade. And what I also found was these Talaria boots that let me use the WASD to move freely, which at least on the boss should be pretty helpful. But yeah, I'll just try to build something similar that I've been building this long, upgrading my weapons and such. Let's see if I can get to the boss quickly here. Right, now I'm starting to get close to that level 75, and here's what I've collected. I've collected defense so that I have over 400 health. Hopefully that will help me with the boss. I also changed my boots to this rocket if this helps me to move quicker. However, this is not as precise movement, but hopefully it's faster anyway. I also found this invincibility, which lets me to turn invincible for a little bit. Hopefully it's helpful in the boss fight. And with the weapons, I have broken UC, AWP, and I also took this triple deagle to help me, as well as some of these tiny spikes, stabby spikes, boxing glove, big sword, and a hammer, which should all help if they are melee enemies that will charge at me like a horde would do. But yeah, here I'm going to go with the arrow storm, and let's try to get past these couple last levels onto the boss fight. Shouldn't be too difficult to get to the boss fight. And there's the level 75. Yeah, it's actually the ending 2, which is the horde of enemies. 3 waves of an enemy horde will spawn. No range enemies will spawn except for raging gunners. Enemies are faster. So let's try this horde of enemies. How bad can this be? Play ending. Let's see. Oh, my movement ability was actually removed from this. Okay, so this is just click as fast as possible. Click! The enemies are actually getting very close, and there are quite a lot of them. Also, the wave 2 hasn't even started yet, I think. So, yeah, wave 2 is just now incoming. Oh, there are big boys. There are big boys. That's not great. And they are shooting back. I really need to deal with them fast. Somehow I'm managing, but the wave 3 just started. And there are even bigger enemies. Oh my. Not looking good. How can I survive this? They are dealing so much damage. So much damage. Die! Slowly. Just slowly I'm getting rid of them. But they are getting closer. They need to go. They seriously need to go. I've come so far. This cannot end here. Big sword, do your thing. And a hammer. Yes, it's starting to look pretty good. Only few enemies left. Somehow I've survived this, I believe. Oh no, my health is going down. No. Oh, I beat it. Yes. Victory. Completed ending 2. Horde. Back to the main menu and new run. This time, I believe there were 3 bosses or something. I really maybe should have checked what the next ending was going to be, so I at least know somewhat what to build. Now I don't remember at all. I don't remember at all what the next ending is. Oh yeah, I think it was the Angry Champions. So there are like 3 enemies against me alone. Okay, so I just have to figure out what guns would I take to that fight. Maybe if I can get some rare ones. Let's see. Well, here would be an MP4, which shoots at an aimed direction, but raging gunners will spawn. I don't know if I want MP4. Maybe not. Let's skip that. Look for something better. I don't know what is better. Could shotgun be good against the bosses? Let's take a shotgun. Let's try this. I'm sure it cannot be that bad. And well, at least against these enemies it's pretty decent. Do I want to pair this shotgun with a crossbow? They would both be aimed or would shoot at the aimed direction. So maybe let's go with a crossbow. At least I'm hoping that this would work. I'm thinking that should I go again with the triple deagle, at least on the previous runs. It has proven to be pretty useful because it also auto aims at the closest enemy. Sure, let's just take a triple deagle. It cannot hurt if I have a little more guns to go to the fight with, if I can manage to get there even. And of course I want more health, so I don't die in the fight. There would be an option to go with the pistol as well. I'm sure I can deal with the assassin buttons that will spawn from this. Let's take the pistol. Now we have 4 guns. We are pretty strong on the firepower at least, but I would like to find more health. Good thing that I have quite a lot of rerolls, and also I found some upgrade that will let me choose between 5 of these. There would be so many legendary abilities, but I am looking for health. Here's defense. Let's take that. And even more defense. Great. Now we already have 300 health, but of course I would like a little bit more than that. There are 3 bosses after all. Yet again, we are nearing that 75 level. This time my upgrades are mainly based on the health, as well as these weapons, which I have the pistol, shotgun, triple deagle and the crossbow. Also I managed to find this double tap item that counts each click as 2. Basically making my guns shoot twice as fast. But yeah, now on this run I have 450 health already and only a couple waves left to go. Just some of these last upgrades before the boss, which I don't know how that will go, but I would say that I am pretty prepared for that. Level 74 and soon we are on to the boss. Yeah, right here. And I am thinking that we go with the ending 3 angry champions. Fight 3 angry champions. Champion 1 stabs the button. Champion 2 shoots arrows. Champion 3 stands still, firing saw blades at random. Champion 3 cannot be defeated until Champion 1 and 2 are defeated. Interesting, but I'm hoping that I will get some movement ability with this, because otherwise I am done. But at least this first boss gave me a movement ability when I didn't have one. So I'm hoping this will do. Let's go. Yeah, it will actually give me the Talaria. Yeah, play ending. Here we go. So I need to defeat these first 2 enemies that come at me before I can even try to deal with the one that's in the back. Well, this first boss is already done. Yes. I just need to avoid these saw blades that come at me while I'm also clicking and trying to defeat this one boss. But I'm doing pretty well. Well, 2 bosses down. Oh, those saw blades hurt. They hurt so much. No, 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 no. And they are fast. So fast. What is going on? Why do they hurt so much? I don't like that. Why do they hurt? Unbelievable. The boss is almost done. Die! Die! Yes! Victory! Completed ending 3. Angry champions. Why did those saw blades hurt so much? That's dumb. But yeah, once again we go to main menu. And for this next run, I don't think we need any guns, because the boss was just that we need to dodge the attacks or something. I'm not completely sure, but it said something that it removes all of my items, so I don't know what the boss fight will be, but let's just try to level up without picking up any guns. Or do I need guns? I don't know. I don't think I need any guns, because it said that it will remove every item from me. So some movement stuff I do need. And more I get movement stuff, the better. And probably health. Health is probably the most important one, because at least the saw blades on that last fight hurt so bad. But yeah, actually in order to get health I will need to get some guns. Didn't really think of that. Well, let's get some gun. Maybe not a pistol, but something else. Well, it's just trying to give me the pistol constantly. No, don't want that. AWP. That seems like it's good enough gun to take. And now we can upgrade health. So that's what I'll do. Weird egg. I mean, that could be good if I upgrade my health every time I level up. Interesting. Let's put it to health. Yes, but I would also still need to find some of those movement items. Well, here would be the rocket. I will take it, however I don't like this movement style very much, because it's so clumsy or something. Like it's hard to control. Now we are again near the level 75. This time I have over 1000 health, and some of the other upgrades that I've gotten. Well, the rocket, again I got the double tap, and the weird egg actually twice, so I have put the weird X on the defense as well as the big heart, and my defense level is currently 56, giving me that over 1000 health. I do have a stopwatch, the AWP, boxing glove, dice roll, as well as the arena, but I don't know which one of these will be lost when we enter the boss. We'll just have to see. That should happen soon enough. And here we go to the level 75. The boss, danger button. Dodge the danger button. An enemy button appears bouncing around the arena. The button gradually gets harder to dodge, increases its size, speed, and fires projectiles. All abilities acquired will be removed. You will keep your HP and regen. All abilities, so even my movement abilities, I guess. Let's see. Oh yeah, I can actually change. You have the rocket movement ability. Would you like the Talaria instead for this ending? I would prefer Talaria. Play ending. Let's see. I don't know if clicking does anything to this. Okay, so I need to survive 2 minutes in this. And yeah, now it's starting to shoot some projectiles, which I of course took to my face right away. But yeah, clicking doesn't seem to be doing anything, because there aren't even any hard spawns, so I just have my health and regen. The only way to beat this boss is to stay out of the bullets and out of its way, which seems harder than it actually might be, or it's harder than it looks. I don't know which way. No! Oh my god, it deals so much damage when it gets in touch with me. Yeah, and the bullets also deal quite a bit of damage. But I'm glad that I have pretty decent amount of health regen, because whenever the ball deals like 15 damage, I've already regened that back right away. Oh no, no, that was a big hit. Don't come to my corner. Don't come to my corner. This is mine. And the time is up. Yes. Well, that was easy. At least when I had so much health. Maybe even a little too much, but I don't think at any point I lost more than 200 health. But that's the boss completed. And ending 4, danger button. Also time finished was 15 minutes. That means that I also got the achievement, beat the game under 20 minutes. With all the bosses completed, I have all the achievements for those, but what I am missing, yeah, here's my achievements so far. So we are missing the level 120, we would need to consume 1000 skulls. Obviously we would need to find the skull harvest again, defeat a total of 10,000 enemy buttons. Well, that just needs a playtime. 5,000 assassins. We would need guns that deal with assassins, and there are all of these different enemy types as well to be defeated. But yeah, still I have not found all the rare abilities, and with that rare ability achievement this would also unlock. But here are all the guns in the same run, all the melee abilities in the same run. So let's try to go for something. I don't quite remember what is the rare ability that I haven't picked once. Well, maybe I know when I see it. At least that's what I hope. Here's now a cannon ability, raging gunner buttons. Well, I at least need those, so let's get the cannon and let's hope that it's good. It doesn't seem to be pretty good. Yeah, the cannon is not alone doing much. I really need some other gun. And I need that gun quickly. I basically need any gun. Well, a pistol will do just fine. I'm guessing that I'm going for the all guns in the same run. At least that's what it seems like. Yeah, maybe that's my goal for this one, because I've already started with the guns. Or cannon and a handgun. Yeah, sure. Broken Uzi on the same go. I know there's gonna be quite a lot of enemies spawning, but that's just something that I need to deal with. I'm gonna take the saw blade. I don't think that's the rare ability that I'm missing, but that might actually help me with these enemies at least. Crossbow is definitely not the rare ability that I'm missing, but I'm gonna pick that as well. Unfortunately, the crossbow doesn't actually bounce in the arena. The cannon seems to actually be pretty decent in this arena, because they are just constantly bouncing around. But without the arena, the cannon was so bad. And here we can pick the AWP as well. Now we have many guns. I hope that my defense is actually enough for these guns and the enemies that spawn with them. Let's get a little larger arena so the enemies are further away. And here we can get also the MP4. I'm not a fan of Titan buttons spawning, but hopefully we can deal with them. Yeah, we seem to have quite a lot of firepower already, so hopefully they are not a problem. Oh, here's the skull harvest that we are looking for. The button will consume the skull of every enemy defeated. Each skull consumed gives a really small upgrade to a random ability. Great. Now we just need to consume some skulls. And more specifically, I think it was 1,000 skulls. Well, I already had from the previous run some skulls, but not enough. But I still don't know what the rare ability was that I'm missing. I have not seen it. And as of now, I don't know what guns I am missing. I currently have the pistol, Uzi, AWP, crossbow, cannon, MP4. What is the gun that I am missing? Or guns? Are there multiple? Could booster actually be the one that I am missing? Let's just pick that and see. At least I don't have the achievement yet, but booster definitely could have been at least one of those. Also boundary shield might be one. Let's pick that. Still don't have the achievement. What am I missing? Well, maybe I will find it at least at some point, but I am still missing that some weapons. Where is the gun that I'm missing? I cannot find any more guns. There's just simply no more guns to be found. Well, here would be the level 75 and the boss, but I will continue my run, trying to find those weapons, but I cannot. I can't find any weapons, but at least I can try to go to the level 120. That is possible with this build. Oh, actually triple deagle. Is this the last gun? Let's hope. How did I forget about triple deagle? I've been picking it on basically every run, and I forgot that it exists. But it's not. It is not the last gun. What? What is the last gun? And how do I find it? Charge bullets. Rare ability sounds like I have not picked it. Let's pick it. Yeah, I believe that is... Yeah, that was the last rare ability that I needed. So that's now done. I'm already on level 90 and I just cannot find any more weapons. What is it that I am missing? Is it here? No, it's not. Where is it? I am quite close to that 120 level, but I still don't have all of the guns, and I've also been trying to collect all of these melee abilities, but still don't have those either. But at least I have consumed over 1,000 skulls. That's something. But I guess I'll just have to keep looking then and destroying these enemies. There just doesn't seem to be any more guns or any more melee abilities. Or at least I'm not getting them. One level to go to reach that 120, and we are right there. I have no idea how long this is going to go for... But I would really like to find some of those guns. What is the gun that I am missing? And what is the melee ability that I am missing? There are no guns or melee abilities for that matter. I'm really starting to wonder if there is some ability that I have picked up that is preventing me from getting the last ones that I need. It is actually the shotgun that I am missing for the guns. How am I missing the shotgun? I don't know. Could there really be something that it's preventing me from getting it? Because it seems odd that for 127 levels it hasn't showed up once. And it just can't be that rare. Okay, well now I at least found the big sword, which is one of the melee abilities that I am missing. That's something. So I guess I'll just have to keep going, no matter how long this is going to take. Well, let's hope that it doesn't take forever. Well, at least this is a good way to farm these enemies. But I don't think that there are those one types of enemies that spawn with the shotgun. I don't know if they were called brutes or something. Oh my god, there's the shotgun! Yes! Finally hit the level 153. What? Why was it so hard to find the shotgun? One simple shotgun was so difficult to get. Anyway, now I just need to farm these enemies. And also for the melee items I would need to find the hammer. At least. I have no idea how hard that could be. More choices at least might help. So now I can choose from 5 abilities every time. That's good. Oh, there's the hammer. Legendary ability. Is this the last? It was. It was the last melee ability. Yes. So now I have both of the achievements for the guns as well as for the melee abilities. Now what I need is to defeat 100 titans, 150 brutes. I have already defeated 250 raging gunners, 300 heavy shots, 500 snipers, 500 sharpshooters. What is the difference between snipers and sharpshooters? I don't know. And 3000 speedsters, as well as 5000 assassins, and a total of 10,000 button enemies. Enemy buttons. Here's actually my stats for the enemies defeated. I think all of these are pretty much coming along nicely. So yeah, maybe if I just keep on farming the enemies, I will get it done. However, at this point the enemies are really starting to take really some hits before they die, which then again is expected, but it's taking a little time to deal with them. Well, now my build is definitely something, but one thing I didn't really realize is that I accidentally took this stopwatch that will, after each 160 button presses, stop the time. And stopping the time also means that the enemy spawns stop for a while. So it's just gonna take a lot longer for me to do this. And I don't think that there's any way to get rid of these upgrades once you have taken them. So that's what I'm dealing with right now on a level 204. But at least with a quick look on the enemies defeated, there are not that many left, really. But, well, I still have to be here for a while, taking down these enemies. I should be pretty close to completing the 10,000 enemies, and I believe that's it. Yeah, now the 10,000 enemies is completed. I'm still missing assassins, speedsters, and heavy shots. And if I remember correctly, assassins should be less than 100, speedsters little over 300, and heavy shots about 50, I would say. So maybe I'm soon done with this. I'm already on a level 259. I think I just got my 3000 speedsters defeated. Yeah, at least we have the achievement, and that means that we have all but one achievement from the game, and all that is missing is this. Equip the button skin and background that appears in a certain YouTube video. What? I'm not going to find that. I'm going with what's behind this lock here. So I need this red background and something yellow. So skin stab. I believe this is the red tiles. And then I need something yellow. Could it be this one? Fun button. It actually was the fun button. So this means that the game is now 100% completed. Every single achievement is unlocked. With my run that is currently on a level 314. That is ridiculous. And this also took a ridiculously long time to get this far into the game. Anyway, with all the achievements unlocked, thank you so much for watching until this point. If you enjoyed, remember to leave a like, comment something nice, and subscribe if you want to see more. Anyway, I will see you on the next one. Bye!